Staring at the screen, the colors spin. Just a wait screen, where do I begin? This isn't a show, it's just a delay. Still here you are, you decided to stay. It's not a movie, ain't no special guest, just a wait screen, not the very best. Yet you're glued, anticipation's high for the stream to start. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Yes, it's late, we'll be starting soon. In this digital world we croon for the content we've yet to see. On a wait screen, stuck in reverie. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a wait screen, you know the rest. Patience is a virtue, they say, but this wait screen's making you sway to a tune only time can keep. As you watch, half awake, half asleep. Oh, the seconds tick, but the fun's on hold. The wait screen's tale is getting old. But just hang tight, don't click away. The show will start, come what may. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense for the content we've yet to see. On a wait screen, stuck in reverie. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a wait screen, you know the rest. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a wait screen, you know the rest. Patience is a virtue, so they say, but this wait screen's making you sway to a tune only time can keep. As you watch, half awake, half asleep. Oh, the seconds tick, but the fun's on hold. The wait screen's tale is getting old. But just hang tight, don't click away. The show will start, come what may. Wait screen's tale is getting old. But just hang tight, don't click away. The show will start, come what may. Staring at the screen, the colors spin. Just a wait screen, where do I begin? This isn't a show, it's just a delay. Still here you are, you decided to stay. It's not a movie, ain't no special guest. Just a wait screen, not the very best. Yet you're glued, anticipation's high for Grim to start. Oh my, yes, it's wait screen, we'll be starting late. In this digital world that we create for the content we've yet to see. On a wait screen, stuck in reverie. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a wait screen, you know the rest. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's always screen, you know the rest. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's always screen, you know the rest. In the grim, dark future, there's no time for fun. But when the day's battles are said and done, John, Danny,
I just took out the
earpods. For a laugh. In a galaxy torn, they're the ones with the craft. It's grim after dark, where the bolters spark, where dreadnoughts tap and orcs embark. Tune in, grab a pint, and don't be late for tales of heresy and a healthy debate.
Welcome to Grim After Dark. I'm assuming I'm on screen. Dickie, unable to fulfill his contractual obligations to actually show me what's going on. Has mean that, yeah, we're just kind of going blind here. I'm sorry. Dickie, did you have something you wanted to add to that? Okay, so Dickie's going to fix his audio. We also have Danny here, who has good audio. It's a one or the other thing. That's the sort of life that we live right now. Is you die by the K, you live by the K. Proud daddy. I don't like how that made me sound, but that's okay. He loves Danny. Very specifically pointed that out there. But that's okay. Dickie, we stall for a little bit of time here. We're fantastic. Oh, so it's just okay. So hearing in my ear, the Dickie's audio is not working. Seeing on my phone, the Danny's internet is a little out. So you are entirely stuck with me as the views continue to go down and down and down. Grim After Dark, of course, is the week that we try. And we have some things to show you guys and to go over. We are going to go over Dickie's upcoming event in beautiful Port Credit, Canada. We're going to go over the 3 new detachments that surprise dropped last week on the balance data slate. Which the best way to balance something, Danny? Just to add, thank you. But that was a poignant and terrifying pause. Is to add more content, because the best way to fix a broken orc detachment is to nerf it to the ground and then just create a even more powerful one.
Awesome.
Good times.
What if we just, John, what if instead of this, what if we just fix the problems that we have?
That sounds kind of...
We don't have problems. Now everyone can hear me. Like we have no problem. I will edit all of this out. None of you will know. Patty, welcome to the show. Every week we have issues, and this is just one of them. Yeah.
This is just one of them. And do you want to know the best joke of the show so far, Danny? Dickie's going to edit this. Yeah.
Actually, I had to edit the other day. I had to edit because I was like, oh, this beginning is so trash. I'm going to just make it go away. So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's unnecessarily mean. That puts me really in the mood for comment of the week. Which is just another way to really read some positive feedback. Danny, you will not receive this positive feedback. This was from last week's Only Hand episode, where Dickie and I were hobbying last Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Please feel free, though, Danny, if you could read the following comment.
Fuck.
All right. Oh, fuck. Hold on a minute.
Here, I'll move it up for you.
Zoom in.
Yeah.
All right. So enhance. Who would watch this crap? I myself prefer the audio only. Missing half the content somehow made it better. True. I can't argue with that. It's just the facts.
You know,
okay, like fair point, buddy, but like that hurt.
I was like, do you know how hurtful it is to tell me the visual painting stream should be audio only? That's like a really good burn that I'm sad I didn't come up with first.
Yeah.
Dickie, how you doing? Danny and I famously don't have feelings.
I have the word. Yeah, so like right away, I was like, I'm gonna type to this guy right now, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna let John try to belittle him in a weird way, a funny way.
I won't belittle him, but I mean, he does know he can just not watch or listen. It's the choice of the many.
Oh, hey, look, I don't want to like exclude people here, John, especially if he's listening, that's half the battle.
Look, we legally had to get rid of our DI department, so we don't have to listen. So yeah, we're just
Proud said he liked the Only Hands episode. So you know what?
Yeah,
in England, go to heck, sir. Go to heck.
Go to heck.
Yeah.
But also, thank you for hate watching. I guess that's
yeah. Could you hate watch and hate subscribe? That would be great. Thank you so much.
Hate share. Maybe hate. Give me a lesson on metadata.
Yeah.
But of that only
question.
Yeah.
His name is Ethan England, 1826.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think this is some kind of
when England's asshole healed after the War of 1812? I'm just curious. I'm throwing that out there. Like, is that when you guys were okay to sit back down again?
You think that English asshole retention is going to take 14 years after one of the children acted up?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Just one. Yeah. Pretty sure there were 13 of them, homie.
Oh, no. Don't worry. We'll keep your finest things in a museum. The legalized malt. We're going all political this week. We have cultural appropriation, museums or theft institutes. Anything else you want to throw in, Danny, before we move on?
Not yet, but don't worry, it'll happen later. I already made a Nazi reference in the chat, I think we're in a really good place right now.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair, and that wasn't in an edit, Danny. We told you not to do that. Part of the Only Hands you did miss is these beautiful sets of legs that I finished up, guys. This took an hour to position that, and I got really annoyed. But it was very satisfying. It looks pretty cool. It is quite a bit taller than a standard Tyrant, but it is also quite a bit cooler than a standard Tyrant. And in fact, I was going to save it and just do the night on Only Hands, but I kind of got inspired the next day during a lot of very informative and interesting work conference meetings. Nice. We just added a little bit to it. So yeah, that's the back of him there. So I cut off the little reactor cores. Replaced it with a venom crawler. Who Danny
down venom crawler. Look at that.
Oh, just a head. But when I paint the two little recesses here, I'm gonna make those eyes like bug eyes. So it'll look better there, and I'll be like a little bit. But Danny points out he's just licking his own asshole. So thank you. That was that's the kind of feedback I needed to go buy little round balls to put in those sockets to make them eyes. Perfect. Just so it is quite.
Oh, John, you didn't need my help to buy some balls.
Really glad I didn't move off of that sound effect screen. And then, it's Dickie.
Oh, the port credit purge. Actually, very exciting news. We recently just had Art of War. They're going to give us some sponsorship for the event as well. So. With Army Painter, Monument Hobbies, and of course, Grim After Dark's doing literally nothing, and so is Stuttercrow, let's be honest. But we're getting Art of War in there, and I think I have a line on another company for some good stuff. So, yeah, man.
I can give you like.
That's a 20. Is that a 50 or 20? No, that's a 20.
I give you like $26.
American though. Keep in mind this is in Canada, so that's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And then
whoa.
Yeah.
John, there's a 25% tariff on gifts you give
on any Canadian to American.
The 25.
Oh man.
I have like 30. Well, if I know, Dickie pays the tariffs for that, so I'm gonna send 25 US.
Trump
and for him to pick it up.
specifically says it's the government that pays the tariff.
Well, let's go a little less controversial.
Yeah.
There was a balanced data slate update last week. Not much really super changed.
Well, I mean, there was some changes. Would you like to go through the winners and the losers of the balanced data slate?
I would like literally scream if you didn't.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Space Marines, I think they're a big loser. Bloodless Blood Angels are probably not a thing. They don't get the +1 anymore. Though Ultramarines literally didn't get touched, which is like, why was like the first question I asked. I don't know why not.
Well, I can explain that to you, Dickie.
Go ahead.
Sorry, just dry my eyes and really.
Yeah, it's because they're the best Space Marine chapter.
Yeah.
Now the tabletop reflects the lore.
Okay, so listen. I just
What
think
is happening over there?
I'm just drying my eyes with my Space Marine tears.
Okay, so listen. Ultramarines are still really good. Other big losers is, well, Slaanesh. Anything Slaanesh pretty much got beat the crap out of. Then the detachment is much worse. When they do their sexy dance, they don't get full rerolls to hit and wound. They get just reroll ones now.
Good.
Danny is hurtful.
Wound.
There's also they got some increased prices, and of course their data slate. Interestingly enough, the Emperor's Children data slates with all the demons was actually correct. So yeah, so it turns out big Slaanesh demons don't get the feel no pain anymore. Their big shield that's shining and gorgeous just gives them a 3-up armor save. That's it.
Seems fair and balanced, Danny.
Just as good as a Space Marine.
Here's what I have to say about the Slaanesh changes.
Yeah.
It serves you right, Paul Winters.
Oh,
Thank you.
Poor Paul Winters. So other than Slaanesh demons, so some other big losers, Bridgehead got the dreaded triple tap of nerfs. They took points, detachment rules, and stratagem changes, making some of the better stratagems to CP. Also, not being able to reroll full wounds now, it's just hits. Such a big deal. Oh, and my last big loser of the balanced data slate is, well, sadly, Tactical Brigade. Completely mauled. But there's some good news. We'll just switch into big winners. Orcs somehow, unbeknownst to anyone, got probably the best detachment in the game right now in Dakka.
It's sort of like in Star Wars Episode 9. Rise of the Skywalker, where somehow Palpatine returned, and it's really unexplained how this all-powerful thing escaped without anyone noticing. And here we have Dakka, which is an all-powerful thing. Suddenly, somehow, orcs survived.
Yeah, so detachment's probably like one of the best in melee, but definitely one of the best in shooting now. Having sustained 2 on all their shots out, not in vehicles, so you have to be on the ground. So that is one of the things, and you don't get it in Overwatch or anything like that. But sustain 2 on units like Ludus, who weren't seeing a lot of love, being able to reroll everything on objectives and getting double the hits when they roll 6s is a big deal. Also, stratagems to remove cover and be an extra AP and things like that exist. Also, probably one of the most broken stratagems is basically putting a unit into the wall every turn. Some things we're noticing is Zodgrod and his Grot Bros being able to scout 9 inches and then move 12, advance and charge. And believe it or not, those Grot pistols with double sustained are actually pretty scary. Of course, the detachment lets them advance and shoot these days too, which is another big bonus. So really good detachment. A lot of people are super stoked to pull their orcs out. They'll get 1 or 2 events. I pulled orcs out of Val's bag and thought about playing them. So yeah, they're there.
Well, we do have our little hats off tier list up here with some of the Grotmus detachments.
Yep.
Where does Dakka, Danny, for you, rate on the Hasselhoff tier list?
Probably cheese pull tier.
Really?
Yeah. Why would it be? It's not S tier.
I think it's the best detachment in the game.
Well, okay, but the best attachment of the game in an army that's like not that good in general. I mean, are we stipulating that orcs are like one of the best armies in the game?
I think orcs are probably one of the best armies in the game with this detachment. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Ludas. So 10 Ludas is 100 points.
Mm-hmm.
And it puts out 3 shots each, strength 7, AP 1, 2 damage.
Okay.
You can increase the AP and undo all that kind of good stuff. But the sustain
So it's how many shots?
So 30 shots with sustain 2.
Okay.
Rerolling full on objectives.
Rerolling full on objectives.
Yes.
Because of
just their army, their detachment rule, or their data sheet rule. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
But it's also 10 toughness 5 models with like a 5-up armor save.
Yeah. If you look at them the wrong way, they generally die. Tank busters are another big shout out for this detachment as well. So tank busters were very good in Tactical Brigade. But in this detachment, having sustain 2 on those rockets, strength 9, AP 2, 3 flat damage.
Look, Dickie, I'm not questioning that the stats are good. It's more that and they get full rerolls, but they're also hitting on 5s or 6s are the ones that actually count. And like, there's a lot of stuff in this game that's -1 to hit.
There's a lot of stuff.
How many of those models, like Danny said, are just T5 models with T-shirt armor?
Well, so all orcs are T5. Obviously not the Grots, but all orcs are T5. Tank busters, I think, have a 5-up save, 2 wounds each, and you can only run 6.
4. I feel like they're 2 wounds each because they're non-level. I wouldn't be surprised if they're 4-up. I don't know that off the top of my head though. So
yeah, I have no idea. All I know is it's the point. I think the thing with the detachment is that everything feels a bit too cheap. Because you can have the 30.
That's not a problem with the detachment, Dickie. That's a problem with the orc book.
But the issue is Ludas are not being seen in literally any other detachment other than this one, right?
Yeah, because they're bad. Because first of all, they're bad in other detachments, but second of all, none of the other detachments are good.
Yeah.
And that's my main beef with these detachments, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that this is a nice thing that they're doing. But this isn't going to rebalance the game. I think it actually hurts balance because they're not balancing the things that are bad. They're balancing the things that are too good. And like the things that are bad, like every other orc detachment and a lot of the units in the books, like specifically, I would say all the Speed Freak stuff sucks.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good. It's like, oh, here's a patch. You guys can use this detachment, but like nothing else is good. Like, I think that's a shitty way to balance the game.
Well, you're not wrong. And I think depending on the win rate of this, we're coming into our first weekend that this is going to be played. I would imagine orcs in that detachment will be quite highly placed. Maybe I'm wrong. But if they are, how many weeks do they get to live before the nerf hammer hits them? And then orcs are not only that, but they don't have the tactical brigade anymore because that thing got gutted. So they're back into a place of, running Warhorde like the original detachment again, right?
Right. Well, just to answer your question, 3.5 weeks. That's
exactly.
That's how long it's going to take.
That's the next season of Warhammer, actually.
Yeah, we're almost at the season finale. Also, Custodes. They got a fancy little detachment too.
Yeah, so they got a detachment.
You son of a bitch! Don't say why in my chat.
They got a really good detachment. So the whole premise around that is when they're outside of 6 inches of other units, they get +1 to hit, which doesn't really matter that much when they hit on 2s. But they all get +1 to wound, and that's in shooting and combat. So you're going to see those bolters that you never really have to worry about actually hurting, because they are damage 2 bolters. But I don't know. I think the detachment is very good. I think it has some cool enhancements. I would say, personally, if I'm being honest, I think it's probably big gulp tier.
Danny, middling score for that detachment. Your thoughts on Custodes?
Yeah, it's a detachment in the game that you can play Custodes in. I don't think it's fine. Like, the rules seem cool. I don't know. I hate having my units very far apart. I like to be together as like one big happy family. And 6 inches is really far. Yeah. Like that's like plus size jumbo. Like 6 inches is like, that is a lot of space in between my units. I would be way more comfortable with like solid 4 inches between my units, and that way I can really make sure that my units will be protected.
Dickie, has Woke Games Workshop gone too far at trying to destroy the nuclear army setup?
Okay, so I think when we look at this attachment, it is rather fluffy. Okay, so the whole Custodes thing is they're supposed to be agents of their own. They can go out and deal with a problem in like 5-man teams, right? So I think that's probably what they were going with. I will say that some of the enhancement in this thing are bonkers. Like you can just make a lone op stealth character for 15 points. What about giving a character +1 damage, +3 strength, and +1 AP for 10 points? 10 points.
That was a really good one.
Or the get back up on a 2+ at full wounds. I don't know. This detachment feels like it really wants Terminators, but Terminators are so expensive in the Custodes list. I don't know if you have much else after the Terminators. So it's an interesting detachment. I'm looking forward to people kind of mastering that list and seeing where it goes from there. It's really cool.
It sounds like bikes and Terminators are good units for this list.
Yeah. Bikes are interesting because you get a CP and you can do the once per game move after fighting again and things like that. So yeah, it's really trying to do that character detachment, which they already have, trying to do that better. So yeah.
Beautiful. And then lastly, Tau got a little detachment too.
Tau and Demons got attachment, but we'll talk about Tau. So Tau got some experimental thing. I literally watched an Art of War battle report, and like Richard Siegler was like so hyped when he started playing it. At the end of the game, he literally said, "This is shit." So, it was really funny. It's
kind of analysis you can only find behind the 9.95 paywall.
It's actually interesting because it increases range to all your weapons. So flamers would be 18-inch range, which is kind of cute, and you can kind of soup up your crisis suits, which is interesting. The problem with crisis suits is you can only put them in 3s now. So I don't know. It just feels a bit bad. I think the worry is there's just no movement shenanigans or anything like that, which kind of take Tau into the next level of broken. So I think they're probably still better off running Maka or Kayun. This is probably sit down and have a discussion tier, I guess, is probably where I would put it.
Have a talk about your life, son.
Talk about
is
your
this
life.
send discussion tier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Demons. Okay, so demons are really interesting. So demons give you the ability to add Space Marines, about 1,000 points of Space Marines to your demons list. And it brings some things that demons kind of really need, like havocs. So you can have a whole bunch of havocs. You can't put any vehicles, so you can't have vindicators or anything like that. But you can have havocs. You can't have warp talons, chaos lords, and legionnaires, which all get all their normal stuff. Actually, it also gives
more than that, right?
Yeah,
like all the gods get a special benefit. Each god gets their own thing.
That's right. So if you have demon specific stuff, they get different buffs. So like Nurgle, they get like a transhuman if you are hitting above them. Tzeentch are always -1 to hit, which is really good.
Khorne gets advanced in charge.
Khorne gets advanced shoot in charge. Yeah, so they're really good. Slaanesh, you can't overwatch them. So it's really quite interesting. But so I was going to say Space Marines get the like everything deep strikes. as well. So
and Be'lakor gets. They also get to use their faction rule, even though they're not
That's
Chaos
right.
Space Marine. And Be'lakor automatically passes his Dark Pact tests, which is pretty cool. And he gets to do that.
Yeah, and Be'lakor did go up in points, but they also gave him a bit of a glow up.
So much stuff.
Yeah, so he's 20 wounds now. He has 7 attacks, devastating on his big smash, so D6 plus 1 damage. At strength 14 as well. So Be'lakor is awesome. Also, like Shadows still works for your Chaos Space Marines, so you can have all your Havocs sitting shooting, not being able to be targeted outside of 18 inches.
Yep.
So I think there's some definite smoke to this attachment. I have no idea how to unlock it, so I'm going to let someone smarter than me figure that one out. But I think that's definitely cheese pull. I don't know where Danny you would put that.
Oh, I think it's cheese pull or maybe even
Big bite. Oh,
Big bite.
Yeah.
Do you feel, my worry here is that with all of the god specific books looking to get demons in their codex, do you feel the ally system is going to change in any way?
I mean, I think they're gonna
well, like being able to take things out. So like my concern is like are Chaos Knights going to be able to take demons, for example, when that book comes? So
yes.
Yeah,
perfect.
Because it's not in Chaos Knights, right? It's in Chaos Demons that allows you to take them in Chaos Knights.
If that stays around.
Okay, hold on. I just want to make sure I understand. So you're saying that Chaos Knights may have a thing that says no, they can't take demons,
or the demon book goes away. And
they've said the demon book is going to stay in index like forever, right?
Yeah. I don't. I've been burned too many times, but I'm also losing the point that I was trying to make in my brain. So we can move on.
I do think that they're going to I think they're going to dumb it down. Like we saw so there's like pour one out for all those chariot variants for Sinalash. They're gone.
You're literally just pouring one out for Paul.
Just one guy we're pouring for him.
Just one guy.
But we may see that kind of reduction in.
Good. We're moving on to this segue is going to be great. Moving from Slaanesh units to community dumpster. I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, lots of good changes. The detachments were a nice surprise, I think would be my takeaway from that.
Yeah.
But we're going to go through a little bit through the community dumpster, which is random shit that I find about Warhammer on the internet. Though 2 weeks ago, it was now a very important message came out that the Las Vegas Open 2025 is only halfway done. Technically, I think this is like a Dune Part 2 situation. Where you import your existing record because you can't have Deathwatch winning. That shouldn't happen. So he has to come and continue to win. But moving from January 16th, 2019, which is the wrong graphic that I pulled, to October 2nd through 5th. Guys, what are sort of your thoughts on not only the change of date, but the change of location?
What do you think, Dickie?
Okay, so I would imagine this is just due to the fact that GW is fully taken over ITC, and they've kind of said that this is the last event is going to be, or the end of the season is going to be that Champions item, right? So this is Frontline Gaming's kind of move to October. I guess I'm okay with it. I don't know. Like, was it a bad place to have it in January? I don't know, man. For me, I'm okay with it.
Jay Jacobson, the guy in charge of Frontline's events, he was obviously responding quite heavily to it, and what he said, a couple of things here that really stood out to me. One, they don't foresee it getting more expensive, which is good. The dates, January is an extremely problematic month. In Vegas, there's the Consumer Electronics Show, World of Concrete, SHOT Show, PPA. Also, it always overlaps with the Pornography Awards as well. So getting suitable space.
He didn't mention that, to be honest.
Was harder. He didn't mention that there, and I'm just kind of going with what he said. Their official statement is they don't want to overlap. They want to be able to attend both. But they were also asked if they could move their event to January 2nd. So, Danny, how do you feel about flying on New Year's Day to Las Vegas?
Oh, God. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, there wasn't really any options for Vegas hotels that can accommodate an event. So the only way they can grow was to go to an event center. Essentially, in another post here, he went into how they had to drop a lot of events, like a lot of the smaller heresy events were dropped. Old World was dropped because they had to make space for like AOS or something or other, but it was kind of like they were at their maximum capacity in that space. And a lot of, I mean, you saw when the tickets came out, there was a lot of stuff that was dropped from this year's event to make space for 40K pretty much. So, thoughts
I still
on,
had Old World there.
Yeah,
At
it is nice. That
Yeah.
Old World there.
or there was something that they had here.
Just one second. I'm just writing something down for our friend of the show, Kicker. I'm just writing something down real quick. Run event in Las
At the Rio
Vegas
in January.
January.
No, come on.
Well, I mean, why not
LV,
though?
no.
Why not though? I don't know. I'm okay with it. Like events have to like do the right thing for the event, right? So
Right.
I'm sure.
Selfishly, my vacation time at work resets October 1st. So this is a really great move for me in general. Then the other thing they're kind of putting up, so the problem is it is a week after the London Grand Tournament.
Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be hard. To
So,
get the
okay, hold on.
on.
And they mentioned March, April, May for Adepticon, which is also spelled wrong. Why do we need 3 months for Adepticon?
Yeah, Danny, why do we
is in
need 3
March.
months for Adepticon? I think sort of it's such a big thing that people tend to not order around that, I guess. And they said they don't want to be in Vegas in summer because that sounds miserable. September is LGT and Nova. No one wants to do a December event. So that's where they landed on October.
Okay.
All right.
So I think this year will be the painful year where I don't think it's going to be hugely successful. But I think next year onward, it'll be fine.
All right.
Yeah, hopefully for them. I hope that maintains good dissipation and counts for people. I am concerned, though. I would say Vegas seems like it is. LVO seems like maybe it's not as popular as it has been in the past. So do you? I mean, I think that's true.
Well, so what? There was a lot of players at this thing.
It was the biggest 40K one, yeah. I will say it was the halls were consistently busy. I think where LVO is kind of running as an event is your tippy top players is losing its appeal. Because there's not the same motivation there used to be. But I think your mid-table casual brigade are going to continue to go and kind of make that their one thing, and a lot of that is the location. Nothing is spookier than GW changing LVO thus October. Thanks, Iron Saint. We should absolutely keep the lie going that it was GW that changed the LVO.
We should tell, GW forced Frontline Gaming to move their event.
Just Reese at a conference table and Brand just slamming his hands down and being like, "Look, you gotta move it to October. Doesn't make sense in January. My wife has our anniversary." But no, I'm excited for the change, honestly. And October is slightly better weather-wise. And Fremont Street with a bunch of Warhammer nerds is going to be a blast.
Old Vegas, baby.
Old Vegas. And they are talking about having lockers and storage on site so you can store your army there. And they are talking about providing a shuttle from the Golden Nugget to the event center, even though it's less than a mile away. So,
you know, the original Las Vegas Grand Tournament was held in the event center, and I played in that, and it was good. I didn't mind the venue, but it is far away from everything.
That might help. That might help with the round 6 drunkards. Maybe.
You think so?
Maybe not.
Danny, you roll up to your table. It's round 3. This is for the tournament. Your opponent's playing Space Marines, Ultramarines, of course.
What jerk.
And then he rolls up and he says, "This is his warlord. What do you do?" What are we looking at here for the one person who hates watching us?
Yeah, for the one person that actually doesn't watch the show, just wants to listen to it
and dislike it still.
So this is a picture of a chaplain on a bike that has been cut out to very roughly the shape the model is, and blue tacked to the base that the model should go on. Is this at a tournament, John, where I'm encountering this?
This is a random picture that was sent to me from someone online.
The scenario that you provided to me before.
Oh, your scenario. Yeah, this is round 3 of a tournament.
Yeah, I'm calling the judge.
Get this guy's chaplain off that base. I don't care.
What are you doing, John? What are you doing?
Because it's a friendly tournament designed to grow the community, I'm just going to let it go.
Yeah, Danny's a dick.
Yeah, didn't even ask the skill level.
So,
you got to come in, Danny, with the what are my expectations going into this event? Always the first question.
To play against the actual models and not pictures that are blue tacked to bases. That's probably one of my few expectations.
So chat, by the way, coming in strong.
Yeah.
Kim would pull out a lighter.
Oh no.
A quality, and then Iron saying I would measure the base to make sure it's right, which is a sick burn, because without the original model, he can't prove it's right. So it's just a polite way of removing his own model.
So it's funny. I think Mikey did this, and he did a short on it. So he needed fulcrums, so he took a bit. I guess.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And he just put it on the base, which I thought was smart since the model isn't available right now, and he wanted to do a battle report. So good on him.
Yeah.
And he even made a joke about don't put it sideways. Ha ha ha. So I don't know. I think if this is a friendly event, I would probably be okay with it.
Oh, Dickie. Dickie, Danny, both you guys sent me this disturbing picture of a completely legal.
This is unreal.
So what are we looking at? Actually, let me try and guess. So on the left, you have some, I want to say Empire foot boys?
State troops, John.
State troops.
Yep.
And then is that the same model, but in modern GW on the far end there?
That is a new special character that they released for the Empire Arcane Journal for Old World.
Who happens to be a giant of a man.
I do. So
I don't think he's a human.
There is something very real-time strategy game about this, where kind of like RTS style, like in Total Warhammer, you're looking down and your hero units are maybe a little larger so you can see where they are.
You know exactly where that guy is.
Crotch height for a player.
Scale creep is wild, dude. Like
unbelievable, dude. I didn't think it was this bad.
It looks really bad.
It's really bad.
I was disappointed when I saw this picture. I was like, why is this? I mean, if we're gonna re-release the old models, right, and we're gonna make new characters and stuff like that, you could at least I feel like you should be able to expect the characters to be on the same scale as those guys.
You could hit minus a few times on that scale. You could honestly if he's a little taller, that's cool, but not Andre the Giant tall.
Are we gonna see a movement of Warhammer Fantasy players who are going to make real scale special characters or true scale special characters?
No, please no true scale Warhammer Fantasy.
Next up, this is a beautiful story I found on Reddit. This person here got a text from his girlfriend. It says, I didn't want to ruin your morning, so I was waiting until you got off. Nice. But I was trying to get it in my closet, and my hip bumped the table, and your guy you custom did with the bracelet fell. And I was trying to find him, and my toe stepped on him, and I made his arm and his axe come off. And I feel terrible about it, and I am so sorry. I've been trying to be so careful with them. And I didn't even let the animals in, like I was trying so hard, and I'm so mad at myself, and I'm so effing sorry. I really hope he's fixable. I feel like I ruined everything. I'm so effing clumsy.
Oh,
No.
This person's response when he shared this on Reddit was "Rip custom librarian and Terminator armor." Jesus. So, and then the top response to this was, if my girlfriend sent me that message, like I'd find it adorable and probably have to marry her on the spot. What
Okay.
I get more of is your stupid figures are everywhere. I trod on one and it hurt my foot. Can you clear them away next time? Which is, I think, the standard response.
Yeah.
Look, I've heard that before. No miniatures in the bathroom. Crazy fucking rules that you can't live up to.
Danny, Dickie, and Danny, you might have some more of these. What is the angriest thing your spouse has said about Warhammer to you?
Jesus Christ.
John, for the sake of our viewers, I can't repeat that kind of profanity.
Oh, Dickie.
Man. Okay, so when I'm gonna ask my lovely, beautiful wife, anytime I'm gonna have to take a trip to Europe in order to coach people to play stupid plastic people, I set it up. I get her relaxed on a beach somewhere, drinking some kind of fruity cocktail, and I wait until the moment that she has that heavy sigh. She's like, and then I ask her, "Hey, I wanted to talk to you," and I ask her the question. The rage that boils up in that woman, and she's a saint for letting me go to do this shit. That's probably the maddest she gets.
It's gonna be like, oh, so you're gonna go play Warhammer with your friends in Europe, right?
Oh no.
You're like, babe, no. I'm gonna go suggest how people should play Warhammer.
Yes, exactly. God, I'm an idiot. Yeah, so that's when she's pretty mad after that.
Oh, dude, fantastic. This is one here was really good. Space Marine 3 in active development will feature a new twist, anal. It was modified, still a classic meme, but yeah, Space Marine 3 announced. Danny, ruin the game.
Oh dear.
What's something you could put in Space Marine 3 that would ruin the game?
Anal?
Anal what?
No, just kidding. That would just make it better.
Oh.
The legend mode.
John, what would really ruin the game is probably making it purely multiplayer.
Oh, that would be awful.
That would be bad. I was just
Instead of just 75% multiplayer like it is now.
Yeah, that's true. Dickie, ruin the game.
Well, I did play the first one. That much. I think I watched people play the second one. How do I ruin this game? Oh God, what would be the worst enemy ever to fight? What would be the worst enemy ever to fight? Help me out here.
Oh, I would like to suggest something for Danny to enjoy.
Yeah.
One of the bad guys is the avatar of Cain. And it's giant. It's like the new one. It's beautifully rendered. It's angry. It always dies to just a single hit from something. So like you get the big bad guy or big avatar appearing, like you see the health bar start to fill up and fill the entire top screen, and then you just like Cain sword, and it just and explodes.
Oh, I have a good idea. Just make it Tyranids again, like the exact Tyranids as Space Marine 2.
Oh, we're doing like a Saints Row 3 and 4 thing where it's exactly
exactly the same.
But the twist, and there is a twist, is that is that the campaign is only 2 hours long.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But the game is still $110.
Of course. Wait, is that how much you pay for a game in Canada?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Everything's so expensive.
Oh yeah, all the best games are made in America. So my idea, it utilizes the very special PlayStation 5 controller with the microphone on it.
Oh.
And that's before every level. You got to recite all of your litanies into the microphone.
Nice. Oh, for God's sake.
Otherwise, your guy just is 10% less powerful. So it's a very minor inconvenience, but enough that you'll be like reciting the litany of hate right into your thing, and you fuck up like the last verse. you lose your stuff.
Or you have to play the medic that just has to go around gathering gene seed the whole time, but you don't get to fight anybody.
Gene seed
Dude,
simulator.
he captures
Dude.
hella seed.
Or you just walk along a battlefield post battle, picking up gene seed and like
That's all you
searching for
do.
it while
That's all you do.
really relaxing music plays in the background. Dude, we should pay someone to develop that side scroller.
All right.
Yeah, it could be called the Emperor's Mercy.
Yeah, and it's just like happy
Like just happy music
like
the whole
funky
time.
music in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Sometimes you have to execute one of your battle brothers because he's too injured, and you have to get his gene seed. Doing
You get a
so,
bonus for
it's
the
traumatic. The
refresh.
music makes it better.
Yeah.
This one. Okay, I had a moment this week where I was very deep in thought. And then I saw this, and it says, "Me witnessing horrors beyond my comprehension." And it's like I don't get it, so it's not bothering. So why do all of these eldritch beasts, are they horrible beyond my comprehension? Because if it was beyond what I can comprehend, it wouldn't really bother me. I don't think.
John seems
Questions for Danny.
Well, John, you wouldn't have an opinion on it then, I suppose, if that's your argument, right? Like,
Right. Maybe.
you would just, since you can't comprehend it,
Right.
it's not an issue.
Well, I
John-
can comprehend the argument. I just can't comprehend our horrors beyond my comprehension.
Well, yeah, you won't be able to, John, not unless you see them. And if you did, you might go insane.
That's fair. They're on the very corner of comprehension. That was it. I was just confused one night, and I thought I'd just ask you, because of your fine stellar legal background, you'd be able to set me on the right path for that. I just couldn't comprehend it.
I won't do.
Damn.
Never again.
Never again. Dickie, you were very nervous about this one when you saw the preview.
Yeah. I was like,
But this
"Uh-oh."
is really important
Crips
to
versus
me.
Bloods.
Crips versus Bloods. Which side are you on? Chat, get in this too. A Melta a Melta shoots a beam, or a Melta shoots like a shotgun.
It's technically both.
Oh.
Like if you just okay.
I'll unpack that a little.
Yeah, please do.
So it is supposedly, when you shoot a meltagun, it's like very fast, right? It's not like a continuous beam of energy that you can like kind of like wave around. Like
Is it like the paint gun from Splatoon?
No. What?
you press the
That's a
trigger a little
bolter gun.
and a ball just comes out. If
That's
you
a
hold it
different
down,
gun.
if you hold it down, a length of balls come out.
You can't hold down the trigger on a meltagun. It just fires and it goes. It's instantaneous. It's microwaves. You shouldn't even be able to fucking see it.
Now, I've seen a lot of painters who put muzzle burn on meltaguns, so that can't be right.
What does that have to do with anything? Yeah,
Literally
I know.
nothing. Literally nothing. Dickie,
What
beam or
if we
shotgun?
just spill time, John? What if we just do that?
No, we don't have to fill. Dickie,
I think shotgun sounds dumber, so I'm going to go with beam.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the chat say beam as well.
Yeah. Kim,
Oh no.
I did say the length of balls.
Double
So what we
tier list.
Double Hasselhoff.
double tier list, because I forgot about the main one.
Yeah.
But this is actually 5 questions from listeners and watchers from our Discord.
Yeah.
I've ranked them based on how I feel the quality of the question is.
Okay.
You just got to pick the order that we do it in. So
Okay, John, we're gonna start at big gulp.
Ooh.
starting
Start
at
in the
big
middle.
Warhammer 40k lore. Is Robuta Gilliman really dating Ivrine?
That's the middle.
That's the middle.
Ugh. It's impossible. They're aliens. There are no half human, half Eldar hybrids in the game anymore.
Right.
Is this some kind of like a time traveler kind of thing?
He's just dating. He doesn't have a long
Where they like
relationship.
bang so hard they make time traveling babies that go back in
How
time?
are they going to bang? Do you even know that their genitalia is compatible?
Oh, dude, Robuta is gonna make an offensive on the back line. Like he'll make it compatible.
What makes you think that Eldar have an anus? I don't think they do.
Oh, I said a back line.
Yeah. What
Oh,
you
sorry.
said not a back door.
I was thinking something else. Yeah. I don't like that one.
So
Dickie, pick the next one.
I'm gonna do concerned conversation.
During conversation.
The worst
In
one.
the upcoming Henry Cavill Amazon show,
Yeah.
who should play Ferris Manus? He's often described as not particularly good looking, so is Pete Davidson a favorite to play him?
No.
Will we see Kim Kardashian make a cameo, and who would she play?
Well, so the problem with Pete Davidson is that he looks anemic. So
Make
for
a
a
pretty
Primarch
good
of the
Conrad.
Iron Hands, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
That Night Lord dude, though.
I was gonna say, could it be
Night Lord dude lands down with his claws. He's like, "Oh, sick."
he just plays his
Pete
Chad,
Davidson.
his Chad character?
I'm in.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, who is playing Ferris Manus then? Who's your dream Manus?
Oh man, wouldn't it be Buddy from Fast and Furious, the bald guy?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you referring to Vin Diesel?
Yeah, wouldn't it be Vin Diesel? Isn't that a good one?
Can't believe you're disrespecting him like that.
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, Vin Diesel is obviously sanguineous.
No, get the fuck out of
Oh,
here. He's
God,
sanguineous.
no. No,
Jesus.
he's not.
Puts on a low blonde wig.
He's Lorgar.
He puts on his
he's
little blonde wig.
Oh, he is Logar. Oh, that makes sense. Good one, Danny.
Live my life a quarter fuck up at a time. Shane Gillis.
Shane
if you're
Gillis.
pretty-
Oh, that would be good.
That's good there. And Kim Kardashian can play.
Vin Diesel is Vulcan.
I could hear the voice. Kim Kardashian could play.
Who could she play?
Who could she play?
I don't
the-
know. Is
The drop pod.
some random? Yeah, it's perfect.
The servitor.
Yeah. Yeah, Kim. See, he gets the vision. Vin Diesel with a long blonde wig.
This is so bad, dude. No way.
And like he's saying all of Sanguinus's most famous quotes.
No.
Things like, "Hey,
It's all about
It's all
family.
about family.
hey, I'm Sanguinius. I'm a freaking angel." Okay, where are we going next?
I don't know. Cheese tier poll.
He's Deerpool. Okay, because I have one more thing I want to do after this.
Gotta save the best for last. Oh, Seth. Oh.
Seth the Mad Dog is taking a break from making content. By the way, I killed his show. I was the last person on it.
Did he even air that show?
Fine. Maybe. Who knows? Bummer, but I absolutely get it. Your stuff will be missed. Does that mean he may occasionally guest on Grim After Dark?
Oh.
Danny, you're in charge of content.
Right.
What's your take on this?
John, to be honest with you, I just don't think we can afford the legal fees involved in having such a degenerate on the show on a consistent basis.
Poor Seth.
But yeah, guys, if you haven't heard, Seth Mad Dog's stepping away from content creation for a while, then dude, I get it.
Have a good
It's
vacation,
Good for him.
buddy.
Yeah.
It's a fucking lot, man.
it's a fucking lot.
Well,
Man, he's
it's
always
a lot of work if you're not me.
he's always welcome on. Yeah, so yeah, that
Yeah,
would
Yeah,
be
of
my
course.
I didn't know if anyone knew this, but Danny's actually in charge of getting guests on the show,
Mhm.
which is why we haven't had any guests on the show.
That's why we don't have any fucking
yeah,
guests, dude.
exactly. All right. Getting off the ground, our Black Library publication is just Hollyoaks for sci-fi nerds. I'm here to explain any part of this question to you.
What is
Yeah,
Hollyoaks, John?
thanks.
So
Thanks.
Hollyoaks is a British, essentially soap opera, more focused on the younger generation, or at least it was. But yeah, it's just a British soap opera. So I would say like a Young and the Restless.
No, it's this bolter porn, right? That's all Black Library is.
Whoa, come on, man. No, it's not.
Sometimes they have bad characterizations of people that make things funny.
Vicky, do you not
Yeah.
read Black Library
No,
novels?
I have read. I'm actually currently going through the Fabulous Bill series.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a good series. I actually like that one.
I am currently going through Astaroth, the Astaroth book.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Do you like it?
It's pretty good so far. It's kind of centering around the confirmation that Primaris can also get Black Rage. So, and then the bad guys are enslavers. It was a nice change.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's super good so far. And I'm listening to it, so like it's really funny hearing this English guy all of a sudden have to go, I'm going to talk like this, like for Astaroth, and then just being like normal. And there's one Blood Angel character, a sergeant, who is like talking to the new Primaris, and he's like, hey, we're about perfection in all things, buddy. And the thing I'm going to be perfect in is kind of being a snarky dick. And I paraphrased a little bit, but he did say that it was also important to be a snarky dick.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really good. Danny, what are you on Black Library right now?
I'm not reading Black Library. I'm reading this really stupid pulp novel that's I don't want to talk about because you're gonna make fun of me.
Perfect. All right. And then
The best.
Crab Cake Winters, the best question we've received over the last couple of weeks. Does GW think Slanesh is German? I'm not sure why they took a giant shit on me last week. What do you do when GW bad touches all of
so
your
this
army?
This is the Paul.
Yeah, this is Paul.
John, what if, and this is just a hypothetical, what if you only played one army and then GW nerfed it? Would they nerf all of your armies?
They would, yeah. Is there some kind of way I could avoid that happening?
Yeah, you could play multiple factions.
Well, definitely do not play Emperor's Children because they have Emperors.
That would mean when I got sick of my Death Guard, I could just go play my Chaos Knights. And when I get bored of my Chaos Knights, I could go play my Blood Angels. And when I suck at those guys because I fucking hate Marines and I only figure they're out, they're like Nate's tout to me, Danny. That's a very inside baseball reference, but I'm gonna figure. But I can move on to my Necrons. Yeah.
But doesn't GW want you to do that?
Yes, which is why they just they're like, we can't break Paul Winters. We will make him buy something else. And
fight the power, Paul. You just keep playing those Slanesh demons.
I do have a little thing I want to do to round off on here today. It's a little thing. So this was sent to me by one of the listeners of the show, Nikki D, about an inappropriate team name. I don't know if you can see it there. Is Dickie's desk covering it? So usually I'll black out names to protect people from being. But no, you should be. This is Derek. His team name is Cumster Buddies, which I saw that this was an event called the Battle to End Alzheimer's.
Yeah, so they use that name for a charity event.
Jesus. And I don't know if Nikki realizes my sense of humor, but my response was, I kind of wish I had Alzheimer's after reading that team name because I want to forget. But what's that made me want to do is, Danny Dickie, it's time to defend that team name.
Oh, no.
It's a little competition I made up. Essentially, I have made up a bunch of team names.
Yeah.
And I need you to defend them about why they are appropriate and not at all.
Sure. Danny's gonna quell this.
Yeah. So first up, I got I play Warhammer Fantasy. There's a team of us who likes kind of get together. We call ourselves the Morning Wood Elves.
Oh, I like it.
You know, John, morning has many meanings. It can mean a time of day. It can also be the state of your emotional well-being, John. And so because the old world, before they released the old world, the old world died, understandably many Wood Elf players did mourn the loss of
so you're saying this is you?
This is well, I mean, I could fall into this. Yeah, of course. I mean, I've fallen into weirder things.
Daddy, chill.
There you go. Much better.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now this one.
Look, John, I'm not going to make fun of somebody for their inability to spell.
You actually do a lot.
We frequently do. Okay, well,
that doesn't seem right.
No. So I also have play 40K. So there's a few 40K teams that I'm a member of because I'm just a little slut. Yeah. What about this guy here? The team name is Multiple Discharges.
Oh. Defend.
What's the problem here? How is this inappropriate? Okay, here, John, I'll explain why this is an appropriate name.
Okay.
For a member of an all-Tyranid team like this, I think that it's important to understand where the firepower of your weapons comes from. And nothing describes that better than multiple discharges.
Okay.
Definitely a Death Guard player for sure. That
Yeah.
Oh, that
But-
could be Death Guard. Yeah.
Death
A
Guard,
foul
okay, maybe.
lifeline.
Yeah. What about the Krochikan Devils?
You gotta watch those.
Yeah,
I thought that was just called crabs.
I got you. Yeah. Why is Krochikan Devils a great team name?
Well, it's a great team name for a bunch of reasons, John.
Yeah.
The first of those reasons, though, and the only one I'm really going to talk about,
That makes sense.
Okay.
This is a play on words between Catachan and crotch, and that makes it funny. And if
does.
you make something funny enough, everything is okay.
They
That's
didn't.
pretty fair.
They didn't use any bad words in it.
No.
Yeah, it's
Well,
very
I will
comical.
say, I'm
They're devils.
ridiculously proud of this one. I can play far too. Next up, Dickie, you might be able to help with this. Biles, Vile, Piles.
Oh. Well, I mean, so it's interesting. What pile are we referring to is probably the more worrying.
You have to use your imagination, Dickie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I would say Joel and chat saying they misspelled Croatian. Ooh.
oh, nice.
Chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Danny,
So
as,
Dickie-
as the lawyer, I'm gonna bow to your defense.
Look,
Biles, Vile, Piles.
any team name that revolves around your trade, I think is really positive. And so when this group of pile drivers came together
Oh,
to make a team that only plays
what they were
Chaos
doing.
Space Marines with Fabius Bile, you have to respect that. You have to respect it. And you have to respect their name because of that.
They drive so many piles.
Wild.
Not quite as many as the Power Fisters.
Oh. Well,
John, this is literally an item in like a piece of war gear in
Yeah.
Warhammer 40,000.
Power Fists are a
We're
thing.
just talking about the action of doing what a Power Fist does.
Yeah.
That's fair. This one here, which I'm gonna fix on the fly,
Oh, okay.
because
Because you don't want them to be in trouble.
Oh.
it's our team name. Completely on the
Ejaculatus.
premature ejaculatus.
It happens to everyone, really, and I think they're doing a great job letting everyone know that it's a problem.
Yeah,
And
They
that-
put a spotlight on
man.
themselves
Yeah.
to make it okay to talk about this in public.
Make it
And
stick.
I think as a member of a community that's primarily male, this is something that we experience like holistically over our entire player base. So
Fair.
I think it's important to not bring shame to people that suffer from this malady.
Yeah.
But I think it's also important to have a good laugh sometimes, and
Totally
that's
our
what
team
Think
name
of all
from
the
now
people
on.
that are going to come up to this team and really like ask for help. I think it's great.
So
and
then-
they're quick to respond.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they have real. When you join this team, your breaks are really long because every game finishes early.
Oh, nice.
Finally,
All right.
Sisters of Butthole.
Well, okay.
Why are we stigmatizing buttholes, John? I thought this was a sex positive podcast. But if we're gonna do that and make it not appropriate, the planet of butthole.
Hey, I said it to Seth, and I'll say it to you. You don't just go out and buy the world's greatest mom trophy if you don't pull the goods like I just did.
True.
Yeah.
Kim, don't boo me. Don't boo me.
He's stigmatizing buttholes. Dickie,
Very
how do you
sad.
contribute to the Sisters of Butthole team?
Oh, I'm definitely on the bottom. So I'm definitely last picked in that
Mhm.
team for sure. I probably bring in a really aggressive army that really goes for the the objective. And
Just right to the power army, huh? Just
Dickie,
Yeah.
you got to be careful. A lot of players on this team fight really dirty.
yeah, so I think it's important to clean up before and after. the game. You got to make sure everything's put together properly. Yeah.
They've really got to prep for their games. That's what you're saying, or for them not to play dirty.
You
Yeah,
really
yeah,
need to make sure that you're getting all your reps in.
It's the 8th plan. That's the best one. Preparation A is the first plan.
That's right.
Oh, that's good. And then really the other important thing when playing someone new from Sisters of Butthole is when you're wiping out their units, you have to wipe front to back.
Oh, you got to do that. Every single time you have to do that. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's no good.
It gets too dirty. Yeah.
No,
it's too dirty. Oh, guys, see, Daddy, you said I was filling for time. Really, my mind was just going blank consistently, and I was forgetting where I was.
I love it.
So yeah, we're good.
We did it, John.
We did it.
One more week. We've done it.
Yeah, you know what?
Yes.
This is why we do only hands every other week, because there's
I think that was a
much work.
great plan, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for that. Only hands coming up this week. I will hopefully be either continuing on a Chaos Night or painting Blood Angels, because I do have now some. What did I call these when I texted you drunkenly about them, Danny?
What unit are you talking about?
The Desolation Squad. I panicked.
I don't remember.
I panicked one night, and I was trying to remember how a rule went. And annoyingly, when I asked my wife, she didn't know either. Which goes to show how it was at.
I'm sad I taught you about plunging fire.
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
Here it goes. I said, if I have a bolt pistol and bolt rifle, I can shoot them both, right? And then, a half hour later, did the Deceptionians shoot all their Nerf guns? Is the kind of thing. Yeah. I got a message an hour later where you could tell the response was, what?
Are we drinking paint thinner? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That was real good. That's the question answered. So yeah, we back on Tuesday, next Tuesday, to work on some more painting modeling with our next Only Hands, probably giant night model. If you would rather, just don't watch it and just listen to it. See if he's right. See if it is better.
When is Adepticon, Danny? When are you gonna show me the ropes when it comes to Adepticon? When are we going? Was it next week?
I'm leaving. It's next weekend. It's not this weekend, but next weekend.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for subtly reminding me in our post-production meeting here.
Yeah, no worries.
That you guys are be away.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We'll be back sometime to do something, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely talk about Adepticon.
Only Hands solo? Do you want to Only Hands solo?
We might just pull Sethy into this here. Hey, Seth. Get in touch. Let's see if we can only hand for a little bit.
We can't pay you, Seth. We're sorry.
Well, yeah.
We don't get paid.
Yeah, that's true. But I will be back
in friendship.
I will be back with someone next week to do some Only Hands. And then after that, we get to hear the fantastic events of Adepticon 2025. Is it part 1? Are they going to do a part 2? We'll find out next time.
Who knows?
It's a mystery.
Who knows? That's the sign off. That's
Bye.
To do the Dickie thing. I'm.
Oh yeah. For Graham Shark, I've been John.
I've been Danny.
I've been Dickie.
And that we can cut it now. That's.
In the grim dark future there's no time for fun, but when the day's battles are said and done, John, Danny, and Dickie are here for a laugh. In a galaxy torn, they're the ones with the craft. It's grim after dark, where the bolters spark, where dread knights nap and orcs embark. Tune in, grab a pint, and don't be late for Tales of Hell.